Haynz. 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 Hey, stupid. What's he trying to say? Yeah. All we want to do here, man, is do ups and bolts. Just click. Just want to find where those clicks are supposed to be. So, you know, good book. Tells us how to do stuff. That's why this is a special episode, because it's special. It's special. We don't do nothing. Just dribble more shit. Dribble. But it's, you know, you need to learn this. Need to learn. All right, let's go. Let's roll with it.
Where to, what to believe in, where to really so. Where to, not to deceive in, we don't take control. Believe what you read or what you see, but you don't really know. Believe what you want, but don't deceive me, you won't take control. As if I need to turn on that TV, I don't even need to know the reasons. Life's not meant to be misinformed and confused. Toe the line, real time. Learn how to toe the line. Vicious lies turned into real lies. Stupid soul, your mind is now in their control.
It's been a day, that's for sure. Where did we leave off? All right, here we are. We've got our number one helper here, just giving a clean up for us. And now we've come to a crossroads. Good old Haynz. We're sitting here looking at talking up these bolts, and yeah, let's discuss. So we got this book. They're a good thing, but my God, I bought the online version as well, and I hate the online version. It's the same book, but this book you can turn to the page that you want or find what you want just by flicking through it. The online version is broken links, and so, you know, it says it's a great idea, like some of them work, you know, remove this, remove that, refer to chapter 7 for this, and you press the link and it just takes you to the specifications page or the general information or something like that. Just broken link. Anyway, we'll move on because we don't want to. Yeah, anyway, it's not the first time I've had problems with these books, but so let's just review this. Oh, hang on, I've got a daddy something, hang on. So here we are. Procrastinating. We'll just go and look in the book and see what the torque settings are. So we're back to procrastinating and dicking around with what do we do next. These good old books. You open her up and let's see. Specifications, torque specs. Transaxle to engine bolts, 99 and earlier models. It's not us. We're 2000, so let's go 2000 and later models. See illustration 5.24. Well, there's the torque settings there. So bolt A, bolt B, bolt C, stiffener plate, great. So we go in here, diagram 5.24, remove the left engine mount. Doesn't help me. So we go across anyway, and there's a picture here that says tighten bolts A and B to the torque listed in this chapter's specs, 98 through 2001 models. Cool, that's us. That's the picture we're looking for. They just got the numbers wrong. And you look at that and go, hang on. let's have a look. I haven't looked at this, but that's wrong because we got 2 bolts here, 1 bolt here, and another bolt up in there. So that's 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to the picture. Reference it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on a sec. Might be right. I might be getting an idiot of myself. I didn't actually look, no. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. So it's not just those 2, we got this one too. And 2 up there. One up there. Not 2, so it's saying 2 up there and 2 down here. So we got. That's wrong. So we looked at this one. And then Titan bolts A and B to the torque listed in this chapter's specifications for 97 models with a 1.8 litre engine. That's more like what we're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Why? Righto. Let's try to figure out what the top ones were. So that was confusing enough as it was because it only gives 2000 later models. Doesn't really say upper bolts. Just says bolt A, bolt B, bolt C. Whoever bolt C is. So I guess we're just going to go with this. So we'll do the top ones to 64 and the bottom ones to 23 and 46. And I've got a injury out there, someone cut their finger, so a bit of first aid and that's all sorted. But yeah, so we're just kind of, you know, procrastinating and weighing up our life decisions and all that stuff. I might check the compliance plate and some engine numbers and stuff, and maybe this thing's had an engine swap, and I don't know, let's just check all that and make sure it's not a 1.6, I guess. And you know, yeah, but yeah, just this book, it's just, god damn it, like, who edits this shit? It's, yeah, how high is this guy? Like, you know, book's helpful, but it's just confusing because it's wrong. So the illustration points to the wrong spot. There's another one there I was looking at before too, and there wasn't even the illustration for it. But, so I think probably we're looking at these settings. Upper and bolt A, bolt B there. This just reminds me of when I had to change the knock sensors on the Caprice. Book says remove the inlet cover, and the sensors are underneath there in the valley cover. Take off the inlet cover, flat plate on the inlet, on the valley cover. No knock sensors. Great fun. Pull out the inlet manifold for nothing. And put new gaskets in it, that's great, but we didn't need to. Only because we pulled it apart, and yeah, and then we found the knock sensors in the side of the engine, so we didn't need to actually pull out anything, we just needed to jack the car up. Yeah, so we'll just weigh up our life decisions a bit more and get a bit more of a gander on the wrongness there. So 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one up the top, and then whatever ones we got down up the top here, which they don't actually give us a diagram or specify those ones at all. So we've got 1, 2, 3 top ones. I guess they'll go to 64, and the A and B ones, like in the picture says, on for a different model. And I don't know, we'll just wing it, and that's how we roll. And yeah, go with that, I suppose. Right. So we procrastinate and We've got the young fella in here helping. So I've not really got anything done. Just been helping him help me. which is fine. It's good. He's learning. So I checked the engine number. She's definitely the 7A, so it's the 1.8. And I'm just going with the book's wrong, and it doesn't show the right indications. And like I said, I've been here before with the Caprice, and so we're going to go with these torque settings and the top torque settings that the book says at the front there. That's what we're going with. We're just rolling with it. So we've gone to upper mounting bolts, and then A and B there. That's fine. So we'll top them up. We might sit the jack in there just for extra protection while we're messing around with the bolts. And we'll button this up so that we can start putting those engine mounts in. We can make some progress because we've just done nothing for the last hour. And it's frustrating, so it'll be nice to move on again. Moving on. Keep on moving on. Righty, we're back. So I went ahead and torqued all the bolts up. I didn't really have a sequence, which is kind of different, I suppose. But just kind of zigzagged and undid the bottom ones last. So I thought we'll do the bottom ones up first, but we sort of there was lower, all different torque settings. So we did the lowest torque setting, and we kind of went all the way around with that after we sort of finger tightened everything up and nuzzled it sort of snug. Made sure there was any sort of last little bits of movement that needed to close up the gap there. If there was a gap, just kind of snugged them up, and then went around again and snugged them up until they were all sort of tight. And then went around and did the 23s down the bottom, and the one that needed to be higher down the bottom as well, did that up to 23, and then I did the top ones up to 23 or whatever it was, and then I think we had to go up to 46 for the bottom bolt. Yeah, and we did that, and then I went around the top ones and did 46 as well, because they went up to 40, up to 64 or something like that. So once they all were snugged up to 46, then we went around and did all those up tight, and that all went well. We didn't break any bolts, and yeah, she's in. Gearbox is back in. Gonna go and have some lunch, 2 or 3 o'clock now. So much time just mucking around with making sure I got shit right. So hopefully everything is right. Chomping in, or drop a gearbox as we're driving down the road. So she's all snug in there. And once I have a bit of lunch and a breather, we'll get into those engine mounts. And once we get them in and we get that out, hopefully we got some smooth sailing ahead. It's a nightmare. Yeah, it's just gonna fucking go on and on. We'll be here tomorrow night, I reckon. Nah, it's gonna be good. It'll be good. It'll be great. We're driving it too. Fella out here, his bits lined up to clean. Let's bust off to the toilet and get that all cleaned up nice. Right, yeah. Yep, I'll be back.